Hoka hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita live stream of June the 13th, 2025. Would Alita adjust to a normal life? Where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, and right now I'm the only person here on the stream. But that's okay because I can talk about Alita just by myself. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well out there. I see folks in the chat, but I don't know who they are, but that's okay. I hope you enjoy it, what we're going to do tonight. Anyway, just want to remind, Alita the Killing Angel is out there. How's it going there, Alita the Killing Angel? Good day, mate. So that's, that's a positive right there. And the bad man's out there as well. Just to remind everyone, we got the LA Fires fundraiser going on GoFundMe. That's an old slide there, I guess. It's really $1,500, but all of the $1,500 have been paid to the Greater Good charity, so we can help the folks in LA that have suffered some great losses. Now, granted, $1,500 is not a lot of money in this area, but every penny helps. So anyway, that's, if you got any money, any extra money, that is, any that you can, donate, we sure would appreciate it. None is too small. Any amount, is good with us. You can donate. You don't have to specify your name. I know I put my name in there. So is Angelus. And I think Panini Freak has used her name. I think Blotty uses his internet handle. And but you can specify this to be an anonymous donation, and your name or your email address won't get out on the internet, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you can, we sure would appreciate any donation you can come up with. And in terms of our sequel that we really want, and we hope Disney will give it to us. Guess who just showed up from the Shires in UK? How's it going, Blotty?
Hello, good evening. Not too bad. Pretty hot today.
Oh, is that right? Hot in England?
It's basically a heat wave, or it was up to like 28 degrees. Even though it was quite stormy out, which was quite nice. It was windy to keep us.
Whoa, 28 degrees. That's some pretty potent weather. That's like 80, 85 degrees.
I know, it didn't really feel like it though, because it was so windy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. But it was hot enough to not want to be in the sun when I'm sitting in my garden.
Yeah, we get that here as well in Denver, Colorado. We'll get like 80 degrees, but it doesn't feel that bad because the humidity here is not that bad. I mean, unless it rains, of course, but if the humidity gets up to 30%, the locals around here really complain about it being humid. But it's we have that same situation here. So anyway, glad you could join me there, Blotty. Looks like we kind of short-handed today, but that's okay. We got a good topic anyway. I don't know. He said he might make. Yeah, I think he is. I think he said something about that, but he said he'd try to make it. But anyway, that's all there is to it. That's okay.
I don't know what happened to Schmendrick either. He wasn't on Discord.
Well, Schmendrick, I did. Yeah, I talked to Schmendrick on Discord, or texted him on Discord, and he's having some issues that he wants to deal with, and he's gonna kind of lay low for a while till he gets what these issues he's got going taken care of. So he's it's all good. It's good. So I see Lee Lemon's out there as well. Lee, we're going to have to get you on here maybe next week if you want to do another reading of your fanfic, another 3 chapters, if you're willing. But anyway, and Lee, I apologize. I was not able to read any more this week. I've been really busy. As a matter of fact, I had to kind of forego the watch party that we were supposed to have last Monday because I got busy again. So I'm doing this project.
We're going to have to do that one of these days.
Yeah, we are.
Eventually, like 5th time lucky.
Yeah, but I get these. I get these deals, on this one project I'm working on, and I have to put time in on it and And you know, it's kind of an important thing. So anyway, it's my work too, so I got to do that. You know, but anyway, that is that. Anyway, the Alita sequel petition, Disney, we want that sequel, and I think we only added 1 or 2 people from last week. I still haven't put any money into it yet. I'm thinking I'm going to do that because the signatures have kind of fallen off a little bit because they're not promoting it if you don't have any money in the till there, as they would say, you know. But you can see the link down there below the image on your screen there. That link is also down in the description. Just click on it. You enter your name and your email address, which does not get out to the internet. You can specify this to be anonymous as well. And if you want to give money, which you don't have to, that's not a requirement here. You know, if you sign the petition, you've done your thing as an Alita Army member. So anyway, but if you want to give money, no amount's too small, you put it in there and it goes toward, I guess, change.org promotes it themselves. So, but like I say, I'm going to put, I don't know, maybe $200 or $300 in there. Probably here in the next couple of days. Not a whole lot of money, but just, you know, start getting those signatures moving again, because you know, their promotion is better than my promotion is on the YouTube channel, because I think they reach more people. You know, but I am promoting this on my YouTube channel as well. I promote Alita quite a bit, so you know, and we do, you know, through videos and that sort of thing. So anyway, there's the link. Just click on it. If you haven't signed it, the petition, please do so. And I do have Rosa's Queen Studios bust of Alita, and she knows I have it. She wants it. We want to get it to her. And when she's ready, we will get this thing to her, you know, and that way probably it'd be a good, you know, a good timing for this would be when they do announce the Alita sequel. Then we can maybe work something out, you know, but I think we just have to be patient until that, because, you know, Bob Iger, I guess, is being a little recalcitrant on this. And I don't mean to start Vladi on another rampage here, but, you know, that's what's holding the whole business up, I guess. So
that's
anyway.
That's always a given. It's just where and when we unleash the Vlads.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll unleash him. Kind of like, you know, that movie Troy. Did you ever see that? When Menelaus, you know, he was aggravated with, I guess, Achilles, you know, because Achilles wouldn't follow his orders and stuff like that. One of the other kings said, we don't need to control Achilles, we need to unleash him. And that's kind of the way we do with Vladi. We want to unleash Vladi on those guys. Maybe Vladi will get medieval on their asses. So,
maybe one day.
Yeah, we'll see. All joking aside, though, we do want that sequel. And when Rosa's ready for this, we will get it to her, no problem. And we do have the Alita Gaming Network going on. And, you know, the Creek had all the, you know, how, you know, I guess they say hell is paved, or, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions or something like that. Well, I had every intention of doing a watch party last Monday, but I got busy on my work, so I couldn't really do it, you know. So but we are going, Vladi and I were just talking about that. We got to do one of these watch parties again. You know, we got to do you know, maybe watch A Million Miles Away, or maybe watch Alita Battle Angel again, you know, or something like that. Or we could watch the Star Trek short, you know, that Rose is in. We've watched her in that. We've watched her certainly in Alita. We watched her in Good Crazy. We watched her in Chariot, and we love seeing our queen up there in the movies. So that's pretty cool. But if you do live streaming yourself, we have a channel for that. I know, I think Maxie puts Radio Chaos's link in there for the live streams. And certainly I didn't put the link for this live stream in this week, but I put links in there for the Alita live stream. Chaos Nova, when he does live streams, he puts the link in there in the live streams channel. If you do fan fiction, if you've got stories, you know, Alita stories, something like this, you can post that in our fan fiction channel. And that can either be the actual fan fiction. I think you're limited on the number of words that you can upload, I think, or the size of the file, actually. or you can, you can post the link in the fan fiction channel. I know Lee Lemon, his fanfic is in there. We've read Lee's, started reading Lee's fanfic on this stream here, and we've enjoyed it. So, and maybe next week we'll have Lee back and we can read 3 more chapters, perhaps. I think he's up for it. I think he said he was, but we'll see. If you do artwork, let's say, or you do videos, you can put that in the user creations channel. If you got something that's loosely Alita related or not even Alita related, you can put that in the off-topic channel. We got 3 voice channels that we started one about 2 months ago called the Kansas Bar, and then of course there's one called the Lobby and one called Gaming. And I think Vladi and Smendrick hang out in the gaming channel a lot because they play, like you guys were playing RoboCop for a while, and
yeah, still playing through that. Didn't do it today though, and I'm away tomorrow. So
all right, cool.
Are you talking about tomorrow in a minute?
Yep. And I think Angelus, you uploaded a Stellar Blade video in there, didn't you? Or a couple of them, I think, something like that. So anyway, that's you can put all kinds of stuff. You see the link below our little Chibi Alita mascot there. That link is down in the description. You click on it, you get an invite. It doesn't cost a penny. You do need to have a Discord user ID though to do that, or username. And if you don't, you're going to have to get one, and you have to give them your email address and that sort of thing. But don't have to use that as your as your username or your avatar. You don't have to put anything. You don't have to put your picture in there as an avatar. You can use some other kind of PFP if you want, or avatar to kind of like Vladi and I and Angelus. None of us look like Alita or Rosa for sure, but that's our avatars. So, and you can do the same thing. And of course, my name is not Creek Indian, and Vladi's name is not Vladi, and Angelus's name is not Angelus. So, and we're all in the gaming network, and we're enjoying it. We use our handles for that. So, okay. So anyway, any other questions about any of that stuff? The intro there, Vladi or Angelus?
Did you not figure out how to get the manga yet? Are you not doing a manga stream tomorrow?
Let's see, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be the 14th. It'll be 2 weeks, I guess, or 3 weeks even. I did get chapter 18, I think. Maxie sent me a link, for another website that does that has the Mars Chronicles manga on it. So we're going to resume that at the beginning of next month, beginning of July. So. Did that answer your question, Vladi?
Yeah, I think so. I thought though you were holding off on the manga because you couldn't.
No. Well, we skipped it because what happened was the site that I was using to read the manga, they took down Mars Chronicles because I think they were having some issues with content, with IP owners and stuff like that, So. They took a lot of, I forget how many, somebody told me they took down like 1,000 of those things, different mangas, because they were having issues, but legal issues. But, it's, we got another one, and in about 3 weeks, we're going to resume our manga readings for Mars Chronicles. Okay, any other thoughts, guys?
I keep getting distracted by geopolitical events.
Yeah, no shit, I do too.
Seems Zalem is under attack.
Yeah, seems so. If it was Zalem, I'd be okay with it. If it was, everybody in this stream knows my political leanings, but I'm not a happy camper. But that's the way it goes. Let's not talk politics on the stream, I guess.
What are you referring to?
I'm sorry?
Which event are you referring to?
Oh, I was referring to Trump.
No, I'm talking about Israel.
Oh, no. I heard about that, about Israel and Iran. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of missiles raining down on Tel Aviv and it's reminding me of the flashback to the fall when they had all the like orange like fire coming from the sky. It's crazy to look at.
Yeah, I remember our, well, I won't say any names, but that individual promised there'd be no wars if I was president. Well, guess what? We got one going on right now, don't we?
Womp womp.
Yeah,
Who
that's
could have
right.
predicted?
Anyway, let me get off of that. I don't want to air my grievances here about all this stuff, you know. So let's get to Alita. That's the more pleasant topic and the one I enjoy talking about the most. Now we know that Alita, you know, is kind of an extraordinary individual. I mean, she's a fictional character for sure, but you know, as a character, she is a pretty phenomenal individual. I mean, she's you know, she's got superhero level abilities, but she's not a superhero. She's just a person who's trying to find her way, you know, and trying to, you know, discover her path and stuff like that, who she was and all that kind of stuff like this, you know. And it's just like she's like a regular person who has all of these tremendous abilities, you know, basically. But, you know, some of the things that in the manga now that we see her in does kind of indicate to me that I think Alita would be able to adjust to a normal life. And then there's a couple of situations too where I think that she would, that kind of indicate that she could do this kind of an adjustment. But, you know, like I think in Sonic Finger, I think it was, you know, she has her own apartment. You know, I mean, you know, she's a single girl, has her own apartment, has Joshigan's poster up on the wall, and, you know, just being a happy person, you know, in her own apartment, her own place. Certainly she has a couple of jobs, I guess she does. She's not that I'd call entertainer at the Kansas bar. I mean, she does that in the manga. You know, I wouldn't call that a job. It's more like almost karaoke, I think. You know, what she does, well, it's not karaoke, but she's quite talented. You know, she's a musician. She can play the piano. She can play the harmonica. She can sing, you know, which is going to be cool when they do the sequel. I'm hoping that they have Alita sing in the sequel because I want to hear Rosa sing because I know she can sing, you know. I mean, I don't know she can, but I suspect she can because she has a really pleasant voice, you know, and I think she'd knock it out of the park if she sang, you know. But anyway, that's what Alita does, you know. That's one of the things she does. She also helps Ito, and by the way, Vladi, you know this. I got slides on all this, so we're just doing the warm up here, I would say. But she does help Ito around the clinic. She does that. We saw that in the movie very briefly. You know, she has her own dojo in which she teaches martial arts, which is a mixture of Panzerkunst to some of the. Or at least some of the techniques in Panzerkunst to some of the cyborgs, and some more general martial arts like maybe Kyokushin karate or Brazilian jiu-jitsu or Kenpo or Kung Fu or something like this to the humans. You know, she has students, you know, that she's teaching. So, you know, that's kind of a neat thing where she's helping others with that. Because in Iron City's a pretty tough place to live. If it was a real place, it would be extremely challenging to survive there. You know, and Alita's kind of helping these folks be able to, yeah, yeah, that's right, bad man. Alita does help around the clinic by creating patients. So in other words, that's although I don't think Ito makes a lot of money on those. You know, because he does a lot of free repairs, as it were, you know. What is this? Oh, yeah, that's right. There's that. Yeah, I can't remember that lady's name that, you know, how she enters and exits. You know, that's probably why she went in Sonic Finger. She went out the window and was running across the rooftops, you know, where that lady couldn't see her, I guess. You know, that's the way that works, you know. Renting an apartment, not owning one. I don't know about that Alita the Killing Angel, but because At this point, you know, I almost said Rosa. Alita is a professional motorball player and a quite successful one. You know, she's the second league champion in the movie. She's a second league champion, and she's competing in the Champions League, which makes money. These guys make money. So she could own one, although I would think in Zolom, I mean, rather in Iron City, Zolom would own all the apartments. They'd be the landlord. So I'm not sure that would work. But I do agree with you that her life is pretty unstable. I mean, there's a lot going on. It's pretty hectic, you know, and really chaotic a lot of times. So yeah, I kind of agree with you on that, I think. Now, she does have some hobbies. She likes to read. She likes to do that, at least in the manga she does. We didn't see too much of that in the movie, of course, because they don't have enough time to go into that detail in the movie. What is this, Lee Lemon? I think Lee may be speaking from experience here. Owning might be less hassle as well, regardless she doesn't seem to have any material wants. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she probably has everything she wants right now. She's pretty satisfied, I think. But she does, she jogs like in Sonic Finger. That's where they got that. There's that one little segment there in the movie where she was running across the rooftops, you know, and stuff. Well, she did that in Sonic Finger as well, you know, just like going out for a jog, and people would see her, you know, through the window, and they'd say, "Hi, Alita," and she'd say hi back and just keep running, you know. So she does enjoy doing that stuff. Now, a couple of things she does do that you wouldn't think are normal, but we can discuss that later, is being a hunter warrior, which they don't have any police department, certainly in Iron City. So as Ito said, now that the factory hires them to do the dirty work, the hunter warriors, you know. So they're bounty hunters, and that's the only semblance of law enforcement they have in Iron City, you know, in that fictional, you know, area, you know, fictional city. And she's also a motorball professional. Now you might say, well, motorball is, you know, that's not like you know, a real job. But you think about it, we have football players today, and we have professional football players, professional baseball players, professional cricket players. We have all kinds of folks that are playing sports that are making money at it, you know. So, and she is a very successful motorball professional. So, I mean, up to the point where in the manga she challenges Joshigan, you know, which is he's the you know, the number one, you know, I guess player, you know, or number one paladin, you know, in motorball, and as he is in the movie as well. He's the number one, most likely, as Hugo would say, the most likely to make final champion, you know, so because he was in the lead. So he's number one there, and she was able to compete with him. So she's certainly second league champion. So she's very, very, very good at this, very professional, you know, very all-star level motorball player, you know. So anyway, those are some of the things that I came up with. You guys got anything else you might want to add to that maybe is not on that list, or some thought you might have that would accentuate some of this on this list?
I think she'd be pretty good. She takes to most things in her stride, really. She's very easygoing in some ways.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, she's really adaptable, isn't she? I mean, she can certainly. I mean, anybody that can be asleep for 300 years, like in the movie, or 200 years in the manga, and wake up and then adapt pretty easily. You know what she did. You know, she was able to, you know, be successful and easily survive in Iron City, so, or the scrapyard in the manga, you know. So yeah, I agree, Lottie. I think she's extremely adaptable, you know, and I think that would help a lot. Do people in Iron City and scrapyard have any rights? Well, I'm bad man. The only thing I can think of rights they have is anything that the factory allows them to have. Because, you know, they don't have, like many of our countries, you know, we have constitutions, you know, that kind of describe or lay out our rights. You know, I don't think Iron City has anything like that. And I don't think Zolom or Teferis in the manga would would support anything like that. So, because they want to have an iron fist, you know, they want to rule, you know, because they, you know, they're in charge, I guess. Like Shanty John. Yeah, it does actually. Renting means you just move on when she wants. Yeah, her abilities mean that she can get more money and gather resources that's needed. Yep, that's right. I agree with that, Lee. Yep, for sure. Yeah, they have to follow the rules. That's right. They don't have rights. They have rules, basically. So now maybe, as Alita the Killing Angel says, maybe that now that Alita's arrived, that might start changing, you know. So, but we don't know yet because we don't have a sequel. Anyway, yeah, rights. Yeah, that's right. Right, they don't have rights in Iron City. They have rules. So you know. So anything else, guys? Okay. Now, I couldn't find any pictures of her apartment, so I just came up with this because maybe she's reading her book, or she's got looks like she's got a smartphone or something right there, and maybe a small pamphlet or something like this. I think the book on the right is the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. And it might be some big novel. I don't know. And then, of course, on the left, looks like she's reading maybe some kind of paperback or a pamphlet or something like that. She's got a phone.
She's reading the Alita manga.
Yes, she's reading. She's reading Last Order, knowing that this is what I'm going to go through later. This is what she's doing, you know. So, but anyway, she does have her own apartment. I think her and Ito, you know, probably had a little bit of falling out. And every time I adjust my seating position here, I'm going to mute because I don't want my squeaky chair to get involved.
So squeaky.
Yeah, squeaky creaky.
I
That's
wonder
right.
if Alita has to oil her joints before, because I don't know if she gets squeaky or not.
I don't know. I think her nanobots or nanites or whatever would take care of that for her.
The blue light is keeping it all.
Yeah, the cyber blood. Yeah, that's right. So, but anyway, whatever she's reading on the right, you know, she loves to read. In the manga, she loves to read. And maybe we'll see that in the sequel too. You know, we might see her reading a book. That would be fitting too, because we saw Rosa read that story by Adam Resnick, you know, back in 2020. You know, that was pretty cool. So, you know, I shall not attend or something like that. I can't remember. But, you know, so if Rosa reads, maybe Alita does too, because Rosa is Alita and Alita is Rosa. So there you have it. And of course, she does have a smartphone, you know. I don't know what kind of network they would have. Lee could probably tell us more about that, since he's, you know, I guess his character in his fanfic, Jason, you know, has his smartphone there, but it doesn't talk to the network because the protocols are all different. Technology is vastly different. So maybe that's what it is. Lee, I think that's, do you agree? If you do, say so in the chat. So anyway, her apartment is a single person's apartment, you know, and she, like say, she has a poster of Joshigan up in there because, you know, Joshigan, after she had that big fight with Joshigan, she really respects him a lot, you know, and just, she's almost like a fangirl, pretty much, you know, with Joshigan, I guess, because he's pretty awesome, you know. And what was this? Lee says, yeah, the question is in your fanfic, Lee, Jason had his phone with him, I think. I don't know if it was a smartphone or if it was just a regular old-timey flip phone. I'm not sure what, but, you know, it won't talk to the network in Iron City, I think, because of the technology is different. Is that true? So anyway, probably Ito could make it work. Had to make some modifications, but could probably do it, you know. So Vladi, what's your thoughts?
If she'd have her own apartment or not?
Yeah.
Are we talking in the timeline after the first movie?
Well, we're talking about the timeline in general, actually. Well, maybe not so much the Last Order, because she didn't mess around with
She
any
must live
apartments.
somewhere, right? Don't think she'll live with Edo forever.
Yeah.
She fell out with Edo in the manga after during Motorball.
Looks more like an iPod.
Yeah, it does look like an iPod a little bit, doesn't it? But the main reason Jason's smartphone not talking to the network is because of the network. Yeah, that's right. Jason's smartphone does not exist. Yeah, that's true. Because I guess going there for a while, they didn't detect Jason, and all of those, I guess all those detection devices, medical scanners and stuff that Ito had didn't register Jason, like he wasn't there. Pretty amazing. Yeah, that's a good thought, Bad Man. Technology changes so fast that, well, for instance, if you had an old analog phone like I had some years ago, it wouldn't talk to the network now. The old analog phone wouldn't. So you can imagine 500 years, the differences would be even greater. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's kind of like out of sync, isn't it? It's not synchronized. So yeah, that's right. What about you, Angelus? Any thoughts about Alita's apartment?
Probably be more like you probably live in the slums area, because that's probably where most of her marks will be.
I think
Probably,
it'll be very
yeah.
messy. I think it'll be chaotic.
You think she's not a good housekeeper, huh?
I don't think she'd care enough about that. She's more concerned with her marks and motorball and everything.
Yeah, possibly. Although she does strike me as a kind of a person that pays attention to details. So maybe she would be. It might be somewhat messy as a single person. A lot of single people have messy places like I do. Mine's not too bad though, but maybe she would have some messiness, maybe not messiness, but unorganized stuff, and you go in there and you'd say, whoa, a single person lives here, something like that, so. Any other thoughts? Oh, go ahead, Angelus.
New PC time, so I'll catch you guys hopefully when I get back.
All right there, Angelus. Good luck with that new PC. You going to fire that thing up as soon as you get back?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, man. We'll see you.
All right. Catch you later.
Yep.
See ya, Angelus.
Would Alita have an apartment or a personal armory? Well, I think her apartment would probably have something in it akin to an armory. It would have her Damascus blade for sure, because it's not Zapan's Damascus blade anymore, is it? It's her Damascus blade. And who knows what else she would have. Now, I don't think she'd have guns in there. I mean, granted, a Battle Angel Alita or Gunham is gun dreams, but it's against the law to have guns in Iron City, punishable by death, as Hugo said. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alita the Killing Angel, or AKA, I think as we call you now. Yeah, when you go through the military, I guess, they kind of instill that in you, as part of the discipline. I mean, your bed's got to be made up perfect and stuff like that. So that could be, it might be she's not messy. It might be she's extremely neat. I can't remember what her apartment looked like in Sonic Finger. I don't remember it being messy. Yeah, I think so, Lee. I agree. And of course, Alita the Killing Angel said, "Yep," agrees with that. So, yeah. So Vladi, I think her apartment would be neat. I think she'd keep it up, or at least to. I think so. Yeah, at least to the degree where it wouldn't. You walk in there and you would. Wouldn't. Take your breath away. It'd be so messy. You go into some people's houses like, oh my God. there's a pigsty here, you know, something like that. She wouldn't be like that, I don't think.
Hmm. I don't. I think she'd just have stuff laying about.
That's possible. I don't think it'd be as messy as Hugo's
So I have
apartment
to agree
was.
to disagree there. I think it could be similar.
I don't know. There's two I kind of reinforce the meeting, and all day you keep it up and stay neat and tidy. You sort of rebel. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, Lee Lemon. Yeah, Lee was in the military. He knows that. So, any more thoughts about her apartment there, Vladi? I can't think of any.
I think that she would. Yeah, not really. I think she'd be more interested in what she's doing outside the apartment.
Probably. She wouldn't spend a lot of time in her apartment, I don't think. She'd be out doing stuff like hunting down marks or training. Alita's apartment was shortly until Zerkapan came calling. Yep, that's right. Of course, that wasn't because her apartment was messy. It's because he destroyed half of Iron City. So that's why Zerkapan made a mess. All right, so let's move on. What about her as an entertainer in the Kansas bar? Vladi, I know you got some thoughts on this.
Mm-hmm. We have to see Rosa do this.
Yes, we do. We absolutely do. Yeah, Rosa was singing that swan song, wasn't she? In that one little video I saw, she was saying, man, she
For the
has a
French
nice
TV
voice.
channel. Yeah, it sounded lovely.
Yeah.
It's such a shame that Disney are the way they are.
Yeah, I know, damn it. So anyway, you see Alita there on the left. She's singing, you know, don't know the tune to that song because it's 500 years in the future. Well, I guess 400 years in the manga, isn't it? So in the dark, I'll see you like an angel, no matter how you try, like an angel. Yeah, whatever. I don't know the keys or the notes to that one. So what's this? Oh, I don't know, AKA. I don't know if she's shy or not. Maybe she's shy in some ways, you know, in some social, maybe some social ways she may be shy. I don't think she's particularly. I don't think she has any kind of. How would you say? Lack of confidence or self-esteem problems. I don't think she has any of that. You know, I think she's pretty much a pretty assertive person, I think. Yeah, she may be shy in some social situations. What do you think, Vladi? Is, you know, Alita shy in some?
She started off more shy and she gained more confidence as she goes on. I reckon she'd be in there belting out tunes. She did beat up the whole of Kansas bar at one point, so
yeah. So that there
maybe
wasn't a
not
lot
the
of.
most shy by that point.
Yeah, that's right. All that shyness, if there was any, was gone. Yeah, at that point, exactly.
If she can punch them all in the nuts, she can sing to them as well.
Yeah, that's right. Plays the piano, plays the harmonica as well. So, yeah, that's right. She is. I don't know how trusting she is as a person because it wouldn't pay to be a very trusting individual in Iron City. I don't think people would take advantage of you. I think if you did that. I mean, she's probably trusting to a point, but you know, not overly. She's probably well guarded, I guess, would be my thought. So anything else there, Vladi? I think Cran has her playing the guitar too. The guitar. Yep, she
Cran has
definitely.
her playing the guitar.
Yeah, she drew a. She did an piece of artwork where Alita's playing the guitar and looking up at Solemn. You know.
I did that. Oh yeah, that was lovely. Wasn't that
Yeah.
one of Angelus's commissions?
I'm not sure it was Angelus's or not. Might have been. She definitely loves her music.
Might have been.
Yes.
I also had her playing the guitar on the Hot Toys.
Ah, okay.
Didn't you animate it recently?
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, did you
Why
saw
didn't you put
that?
that in? No,
Well,
actually never
I
seen
didn't
it.
play, not the one where you had her playing the guitar. I
I
think
know
it
you
was
did someone else's, yeah. But you did my
Alex
one with the
Lita's.
violin, right?
Oh yeah, the violin one. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I
Go on, stick it
animated.
on for us
Yeah, animated her playing guitar and violin. It was kind of neat. My
and see
brother
it.
saw that and he said, "God, man, that's sick." I said, "Yeah, it
Yeah, I
is."
haven't seen it yet. Can you put it on now?
Yeah, I think so. And it's
Do it.
yeah, let's see. And it's not copyrighted music, so I think we can play it actually. So
Even better.
yeah, I'll have to remember. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Just ate 4 cookies and now I'm sugar crashing.
Okay, this one here. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Let me stop it. All right, I'm gonna give me a couple of seconds to set things up here. You guys see that? Okay. You see it,
Yeah.
Bloody? Okay.
Yeah, there was did you have my picture of Alita playing the guitar?
No, I got the.
You couldn't, right? Which app did you use for this? Yeah, it smells a bit weird. Which app is this?
I'm sorry.
Oh, God,
I can't hardly hear you over the music. I got to remember to add the attribution to this after the stream's over. Yeah, that's one of yours, Bloody.
yeah, most of them are so far. Not bad.
Yeah, it looks like a person, doesn't it? I mean, Jesus. Now that's Alex Lita's right, her garden
Yeah.
Nutella.
Here's one of the jokes.
That's yours,
Oh,
I think, Bloody.
Yeah.
That's Alex Lita's. Giving him one of his meds, I guess.
No. It's frozen. Oh, it's fine.
It's frozen?
For a second, it's fine now. Oh, it couldn't do the mechanical fingers. It always does messes up the fingers there, right?
Yeah, it messes
there we
up.
go. It's mechanical now.
That's yours, Bloody. She says,
Very nice.
it's muy bien at the end. Well, there you have it, Bloody.
That was cool. Which app was that?
Oh, it was, what did I use? I used Kyber. I used Kyber and I used Filmora. Wondershare as an AI, AI app added to it, or I guess sub app or whatever you want to call it, a functionality. And it does pretty good, I mean, a lot, and some of it's pretty simple. Now, if you get into complex stuff, telling her to do different things, it kind of loses itself sometimes. But if you say something like Alita playing the guitar, then it does that pretty easy, So
yeah, I want that, but more subtle. So like she's just slightly swaying, just to make the picture look more alive, rather than big smiles that often look a bit weird.
Yeah, but still looks pretty good.
Yeah, I need to experiment more with that. It must have got better. I tried it like a year plus ago, and
I recommend it. I recommend Kyber. It's a Kaiber. It's really good. It does.
I wonder if Google VO can do that now.
That's possible. I think VO might be able to do VO3. I think.
Can it animate pictures?
Yeah. I think now it syncs VO3, I may have to try this out. VO3, I think, syncs her mouth, or in this case, if it's Alita singing, it would sync her mouth with with what she's saying, you know, or if she's singing something. I think it does that. You know, I don't know. I'll have to check that out. But I use Kyber and Fillmore Wondershare, so. And of course, where I got the images, of course, for Vladi and Alex Alita, over the years, they've both done a lot of Hot Toys Alita, you know, kind of stuff. So, and I got another video we can play too in a little bit at the end here. It's her doing fun things, which would kind of fit into this, I think. So, any other thoughts about her entertaining in the Kansas bar? We definitely want to see Rosa do this, don't we?
Indeed.
I think she'd knock it out of the park, as they say in baseball terms.
Instead, what do we get? We get bloody Megan 2, just ripping off Alita.
Yeah.
We truly live in a world dominated by Satan.
Okay, AKA, yeah, saying cute, but more of an elf swerve vibe than Alita. Yeah, you know, that's probably right. Yeah, they seem a little more giddy, maybe. Oh, I don't know if she was giddy in that video, but anyway, that's all right. So, all right. Now she does help Ito around the clinic, and as I guess Badman said a while ago, she helps Ito around the clinic by creating new patients. So, well, thanks, AKA. I appreciate it. So, in the manga, I think, well, in the movie, we saw her only in that one little brief scene where, you know, she's handling or handing various tools to Ito, you know, while he's working on that cyborg that got jacked, you know. So, and I think she also does that in the manga. I know Lee has her in his fanfic. He has her doing a lot of, you know, work around the clinic to help Ito out. You know, particularly when Jason was in there as a patient, she helped him out a lot because she's coming to like Jason. I think. I mean, not in a romantic sense because Jason's quite a bit older than she is, but you know, but as in a friend kind of you know, setting. You know, as they kind of seem to be getting along that way. So. And she helped Jason there too around the clinic as well. So what is this, Lee? More girly? Maybe, but that's Vladi's fault because his photos, I guess, were his pics were of like that. So I just took those pics as a basis, you know.
Which two is he talking about?
Well, a lot of those pics in there, Vladi, you know, were her. That were pics that you took, you know, and some of your, when you used to do those photo shoots.
Yeah, but he said two specifically.
Oh, it does.
He's talking about Elfman's Vault, isn't he?
Well, he said it was more of an Elfman swerve
yeah, he's talking about the pictures.
Yeah, not the pictures, maybe. That's right. Yeah. And that's what AKA says here. Okay, Lee says in his fanfic she helped a little bit. From being on her own. After all, he does have your head. That's right. That's right. So thoughts about her helping around the clinic there, Vladi?
Well, she likes to be helpful around the clinic, as we saw her helping with Nurse Gerhard giving her some tips.
Yeah. And I think too, she kind of now regards Ito as her father. You know, kind of like at the end of the movie. You know, she told Ito, "Thank you, Father." You know, something like that. You know. So you know, I think she's willing to help out in that way. We don't see a lot of that in the movie, though. We don't see a lot of her doing stuff around the clinic. We actually don't see a lot of that in the manga either. So you know, so maybe she does help around the clinic a little bit, but, you know, probably minimal. But what it does show is that, you know, she probably work as an orderly or something like that, you know, in a hospital or like a urgent care clinic or something like this. You know, she could probably do that, maybe in a doctor's office, you know, maybe work around there. So, you know, she could probably do something like that. If you were to teleport her back to the 21st century, that is. Probably help Ito and Longo that she has single-handedly saved Hugo's life by attaching his head to her body. Yeah, and the movie, that Shirin did that, but that's right. And we don't know. Well, in the anime, I think, too, Shirin did that, didn't she? Yeah, maybe so. Okay, any thoughts there, Vladi? There's not a whole lot to talk about here, is there?
Nah, she'd probably learn everything really quickly because she's so clever.
Yeah, I think so. In the manga, and of course also in well, it's not canon, but in Jason's fanfic, she has like a dojo, you know, or a little studio that she, in the manga, she teaches, you know, cyborgs and humans how to defend themselves, you know, and of course with some cyborgs, you know, she can teach them some Panzerkunst techniques, not a lot of them, because, you know, that takes years, I guess, and they don't have the equipment she has on her body, you know, to pull that off. But, you know, but even with humans, you know, a lot of techniques that are in the Panzerkunst, which is a fictional martial art for sure, specifically for cyborgs, but, you know, she, you know, a lot of the techniques like strikes and punches and kicks they're really similar from martial art to martial art. So she could teach a human pretty easily, you know, self-defense techniques, I think, that would work. And of course, her being I'm not sure if she was a warrior or a high warrior in the manga, but, you know, she, that's equivalent to being like a black belt, maybe a first degree black belt, or maybe, you know, brown belt, or, you know, about to get their black belt or something like that. But I think she's more of a black belt, you know, I think. What's this? As far as an EMTs, they have any infrastructure support that. Yep, that's right. She could be an EMT, because in the novelization, she actually, you didn't see this in the movie, but in the novelization, she actually bandages up Ito's shoulder where he got cut by Romo. So she actually bandages that up, and I think it was where she, in novelization, I think Pat Cadigan wrote she did that kind of like a field dressing on Battlefield or something like that. She said something to that effect anyway, where she'd had some training on it, you know, because probably every soldier that was in the military wasn't a berserker like she was, you know. I mean, they probably had some human soldiers, you know, doing that. If they got injured, she'd have to be able to, you know, patch them up, I guess. So anyway, she does have her own dojo, which is, by the way, I think that's Japanese for, you know, like karate studio or something like that. So I think in Chinese it's Kwun, which means pretty much the same thing. It's a studio where you train martial arts. It'd be kind of neat to take martial arts training from Alita if she really was a real person, wouldn't it? Now, Vladi, you told me one time you did do some martial arts training, didn't you, at one point?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
You must be getting confused with someone else.
Maybe so. But that'd be pretty cool.
I do martial arts training. Maybe when I was a kid, I did like one judo introduction thing, but I can't even remember it, so I don't think I would have ever mentioned it.
AKA says he'd be happy to learn anything from Alita if she was a real person. Absolutely. If she was a real person, the Creek would like to lift weights with her, although she would humiliate me pretty easily, I think.
Pretty severely.
Yeah, probably could bench press 1,200 pounds or more. You know, I think at one time I calculated that she would bench press 2,400 pounds, I think is what it was, which is, I don't know how many kilograms that is, probably about, well, it'd be something like 1,020 kilograms or something like that. It'd be some awesome amount. So it'd be ridiculously heavy, you know. What is this? Bad Man. Yeah, she would be rather demanding, I think. Yeah, you would have to, if you took her class, you couldn't kind of just, you know, screw around in class. You'd have to be serious in there. You'd have to show her that you were putting the effort in and that you were, you know, being studious and that you were, you know, giving it your best, you know, because if you got in there and just kind of went through the motions and just was, you know, just kind of screwing around with it, and, you know, not taking it serious, she'd probably kick you out pretty easily, I think. All right, well, I guess nothing else on that one. She has hobbies, doesn't she? Well, we know she likes to read. We know that. She likes to jog. At least she did in, you know, in Sonic Finger she jogs. Now, I don't know how much, what would the requirement for a, you know, for a cyborg to jog, you know, especially one that's 98% machine. I don't know, they would, you know, humans would have to jog, you know, to kind of keep their physical conditioning up and stuff like that. Seems to love gardening. I don't recall that. You recall that, Lottie? I don't remember.
Doesn't she like do something with a plant, like a sapling? I'm pretty sure there was something to do with a plant.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
more from, I don't think I got to that in the manga, but I remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember this. Maybe so, though. Oh, she plants sweet peas. Yeah, she likes being physically active. Yeah, that's, yeah, that even practicing her Panzerkunst, because that's something she would have to do is practice. She wouldn't be able to just, you know, she wouldn't be able to retain it without practicing. Everybody needs to practice what they like doing, you know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the sweet pea plant. Yeah, that's right. During the Zerkopan arc. Yeah, that's right.
I've got some sweet pea. I've got them in a tin out in my garden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You grow food, Lottie?
I've got some growing buckets from Tesco, the supermarket.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm hoping they survive. I've got some tomatoes and some strawberries, and then I got some like flowery ones. I got sweet pea.
Well, cool.
Maybe they're not. Are they? Are you supposed to eat? I thought they were flowers of sweet pea.
No, we eat them over here in the States quite a bit.
Maybe mixed up.
Yeah.
They do flower. I'm pretty sure I got them
Yeah.
from flowers.
Yeah, you don't eat the flowers. You eat the peas that are in the pod,
Oh, right.
you know. Yeah, not the flower.
Yeah, no, I think I'll be just having the flowers, but I mean, just growing them for that.
Yeah, it's a flowering plant we eat. That's right. In that particular shot right there, that looks like liquor up there behind her. So she's probably, my guess would be she's in the Kansas bar, and that book there is a book of liquor recipes. That would be my guess, you know. I can't recall. See, it's been so long since I've read the manga. Back in 2020, I think 2021, Angelus and I went through the entire manga. So, you know, we're kind of going same pace so we could talk about it, you know. Got those octopus lips going, doesn't she? Any more thoughts about her hobbies there, Vladi, that you can think of?
Nah, just lots of like, she'd have loads of different hobbies. I think we've had a stream on it before, haven't we?
I think we did something on it. I think where we talked about some of her hobbies. I don't know if we did a whole stream on it, but because they don't go into much detail, I guess.
Yeah.
He's Sonic Finger. He's reading Nietzsche. Oh, yes. I also sprach Zarathustra. It's probably what she's reading. Maybe. That's pretty heavy reading. Oh, yes, AKA, she likes riding motorbikes. She definitely loves doing that. Matter of fact, I'll show you my other video that also does not have copyright in it, so we can play that as well. Yep, it's certainly a possibility. Well, we know she liked riding on the back of Hugo's motorbike, didn't she? She loved that. Oh, from the killer. Is that from the guy that flicks those ball bearings or something at sonic speeds or something like that? Lee, I can't remember. Anyway, that's all I can think about her hobbies. So, yeah, Sonic Finger himself. That's right. Yep, that's what I thought. Our girl's cute, isn't she? Look at that. Even in the manga, she's cute. Okay, now here's kind of a couple of areas you might think are outside normal life, because certainly we don't, bounty hunters. We have bounty hunters today, but they're not part of accepted law enforcement, for sure. And we do have professional sports, kind of folks, that play, baseball and cricket and soccer, and well, you guys in England call it football, and in Europe and in Australia we call it football.
Everywhere but America, you have your
everywhere in America we call it soccer. And of course we call our football football.
You barely even kick the ball in your football. Right,
I know, it's a lot of carrying it and throwing it, isn't it? And they only kick it when they do field goals, extra points, and punts. So yeah, exactly. That is weird, isn't it? They call it football, but yet, yeah, they don't really kick it that often, do they? Oh, Aussies call it soccer too. Okay, great. I knew us Americans and Aussies had something in common. What's this? Looks like the pipes in my ceiling are going to need to be replaced. Oh, sorry to hear that, Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you probably had to shut the water off. But anyway, as a hunter-warrior at that time, that is part of, they are doing the function that law enforcement would be doing today if this was a real thing, So she'd be hunting down marks and collecting the bounty and getting these criminals off the street, basically, is what she's doing. Now, there is no due process here. She hunts down a mark, she gets him, he's dead, and she collects the bounty by presenting his head, to the deckman, I guess, and she gets X number of credits for it. So that today we would not consider normal. In the 26th century, they probably do consider that very normal, because they don't have any kind of law enforcement or police department or anything like that. And as a motorball professional, she's quite successful. She would be considered one of the top tier pros, I guess, on the motorball circuit. And, she probably makes pretty good money at it, as it were, so she makes money probably as being a hunter warrior, because she makes, she gets credits for that every time she turns in a bounty. And as a motorball player, she gets money every time she competes, and she gets more if she wins and stuff like that. So, yeah, here we go. No courts, no prisons, just a bounty marker and hunter warriors. That's right. What's this? It says law enforcement, more like Judge Dredd. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Now, you know what happens sometimes when you have justice like that, AK? Remember Zapan, he framed Hugo, didn't he? He killed Demetrius Polito's character and put it on Hugo so he could collect the bounty, or at least that's what he thought he was going to do. It didn't work out for him. He lost face over it, so to speak. So what do you think about professional sports players there, Lottie? What do you think? How do you think Alita stacks up with them? And how does she stack up as a bounty hunter?
She's obviously great at both. I don't know what else to say, really.
Yeah.
What are we comparing her to?
Not a whole lot. Just you know, since this is not normal today, but it is normal in those days. So she's making money, so she can survive. She can make a living. You know, so I guess that would be considered normal in that case. So it wouldn't be much of an adjustment, I don't think. Or if it was, she adjusted pretty fast. You know, became a hunter warrior literally overnight, and became a pro motorball player in just a matter of weeks, and a good one too.
You okay?
Yep, I agree with that, Lee. Well, that's about all I can think of, guys. So this might be a pretty short stream tonight, but that's okay.
I'm pretty tired anyway, and I'm distracted by ongoing events.
Yeah, that's right. So is there anything else we want to talk about? Anybody on the chat, if you want to come in on the chat, I'm going to put the link in there. Now, this is the same link it's going to be for the for the Stammtisch. Just click on it and you can come in if you want to add another topic very briefly if you want to say something about it. But to sum it up, I do think Alita would be able to adapt because she is very flexible like that. I mean, she was able to adapt with no memory. She was able to adapt to that time pretty quickly. You know, I mean, she still had some instinctive, I guess, knowledge you could call it. What is this? Oh, background noise. Okay, well, that's fine, Lee. No problem. Maybe you can join us for the after party. All right, then. Well, I guess that's about it for the topic. Just want to promote Turlo Dorman's Alita Army channel. He did another video here about 2 days ago, and it is excellent. I love his videos. They are really, really good. And he hadn't put up one for a while. I probably got busy or something like that, but he put up this video, and he's got a lot of quick cuts in it. Man, I just love it. You know, just fast cuts from shot to shot to shot. And it's got really good music to it. It's just, you know, timed perfectly. He's just really just really good. What is this Lee saying now? Alita is basically a blank slate at that point. Yes, she was actually. And that's because of her amnesia. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, check out Turlo Dorman's channel at Alita Army. You see it right there. Don't confuse this with the Alita Army channel. That's the one this is the channel that we do Radio Chaos on. But Alita Army, Turlo Dorman's channel, he's got over 12,000 subscribers, and he puts out videos that are just excellent. He doesn't do streams, you know, but he does put out really good videos. So highly recommend, if you get on YouTube, go check out at Alita Army. Yeah, that's right. Which is why Jason says, I don't know where he has loads of baggage he brought with him. Yeah, yeah, he does actually. I'm going to try to read some more of that this coming week, Lottie. I'm thinking things are going to start slowing down with the client that I'm working for. So,
yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
you got a problem
closing. Yeah, I'm clearing my voice a lot, you know. So yeah, I'm good. Did we miss anything?
No. Kind of a vague general topic anyway.
Yeah, it was a pretty general topic. So anyway, as you can see there from that center panel there, Alita does love her Uncle Creek, and that's because he wants a sequel, and she wants a sequel, and all of us in the Alita Army want a sequel. You hear that, Bob Iger? We want that sequel. Give it to us, damn it. And here's our queen. And of course, our queen is just phenomenal. In terms of being an actor, she's #1 in the Creeks book. I mean, I'm not going to go wax lyrical about this again, but she was magnificent in that stage play. I mean, just superb. It's just no other. Those words don't even accurately describe it in my mind. But we are awfully lucky that she was picked to play Alita. I think because she is perfect for it, and she's such a good actor that I think. May I dare say that there may be an Oscar in her future. You never know, Maybe for Alita too, she might get an Oscar. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I also want to give out.
They owe her sequels and an Oscar. Hollywood, a disgusting demonic town.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything.
Yeah, that's right, Lee. No waxing, maybe a little waxing. Okay, yeah, that's right. Well, Rosa's Creek's #1 actress or actor. So, yeah, she's Rosa's stunning. She is really pretty, and she is just really interesting to talk to. That's for sure. And I want to give shout outs to Eldamont and Jesse Fisher because they brought Screwhead to life. And the Creek would like to see Screwhead and Alita team up and take on Josh Gunn in the motorball match in Alita 2. That's what I want to see, So, and I think she said she was down with playing Screwhead. Like she replied to a post I did, I guess, or I replied to her post or whatever, and I replied, said, "Yeah, Elle, I want to see you in Alita 2, like we talked about in the interview, and she said, "Yeah, I'm down for that. I could do it, So she wants to do it, and of course Jesse is, as Al put it, is the badass stunt woman she ever worked with, so that's pretty high praise right there, So all three of these really deserve this. They deserve a sequel. Come on, Disney, man, get off your asses and help us out here, Yeah, she is. When we interviewed her, AKA, she was quite engaging. She's really, Elle's really nice. She stayed with us the whole time, even through the call to action. Because I remember we did the call to action. Of course, we were all over the frickin' place, and she said, no, that was terrible. We got to do that again. So we did it again. And I don't know if we did it much better, but at least it was a little better, I would think. So, but yeah, Elle was really nice in that interview. We really enjoyed that. Maybe we'll have her back sometime, particularly after they have the green light, the sequel announcement, because I want Screwhead in that sequel as well. And tomorrow on Radio Chaos, Maxie still hasn't come up with a topic
What's
yet.
the topic going to be? I
have no idea. I can't think of one. I was trying to think of one that I could put up there, but I can't think of one. So we'll come up with something. though. He'll come up with something, or I will, or maybe Angelus will. We'll think of something. Because we're back down to the nub now, as it were. We don't have any other topics going, but I think tomorrow we'll have something that we'll do that'd be pretty nice. We are the Alita Army. We are the most friendly fandom on the internet, and we support Alita and Rosa passionately and positively. I mean, Alita's our girl and Rosa's our queen, so we want those two to succeed. That's why we want the sequel, Disney. Give it to us, damn it. And like I say, we are the Alita Army, and we are here to stay. So why is this image here? Well, that image is there because I like it. And to paraphrase Gruishka, I'm only here for our girl and the Alita Army and our queen. We are all here for our girl, our queen, and the Alita Army because we want that sequel. And that only leaves us with one thing left to do, and that would be the call to action. That'd be on my count of 3.
Do we not need to change that?
We did change it once. Remember, it was buy those Blu-rays, baby. Remember that? That was one Rosa
Was it
came
never
up with.
greenlight the sequels? As it was.
Maybe we'll have to put our heads together and see if we can come up with a different call to action. You know, maybe
Seems like
greenlight those
saying that
sequels,
forever.
baby.
We have to go back because Cameron made us all think that they were already greenlit.
I don't think it's greenlit yet, but you know,
Well,
unless they know something we don't know. You know, although I have.
Cameron said he was making them, didn't he?
Well, I think we're going to have one up. You know, after. Well, from what I heard, you know, I'm pretty sure we're going to get one. You know, but anyway, that's that. So. All right, well, let's do the call to action, Lottie. We've gone far enough, I think. And that'd be on my count of 3. That'd be 1, 2, 3. Film those sequels, baby. So anyway, that's we'll see you next week on Alita Livestream, and we'll see you tomorrow on Radio Chaos.
Later, guys.
Bye.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita Livestream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.